for coming on.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We are just going to give Facebook a couple of seconds to bring this live
Okay, great.
and notify people that we are here.
We're here. It took us a while, but here we are.
That's right. That's right. Um, okay, just one second. I'm waiting to see this on. Perfect. And I have to get this visible for everyone. Perfect. So now we can all see this. Hopefully, yes, we can. Great.
Yay.
Good morning. It's so good to see you, Peggy.
Oh, it's so good to see you, Louisa.
How are you today? I'm just going to share this. Just give me a second. I'm going to share
Okay.
this on, I'm going to put this on your page just so,
Okay, great.
yes, let me try to do that. Okay, perfect. Yes. So we have it right there. There you go.
Here we
Good
go.
morning.
Good morning.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm just trying to share this as much as we can. Just one more, and we should be fine to go.
It's a great way to start a weekend
That's
together.
right. That's right. I am so excited to have you here. Thank you for making out time. I know that it was short notice, but you made this happen. So,
Oh.
yes,
Together.
I really appreciate you. So, hello, everyone. I was trying to give you 2 minutes for Facebook to just kind of notify the view that we're here. Hello, viewers. We're here again.
Hello. Hello,
Hi. Hello,
everyone.
Carol from London, UK. It's so good to see you this morning. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Esther from Nigeria, thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Some of you, I cannot see you right away, especially if you're not joining from my page. So I would say comment in the box below and just say hello. We'll like to recognize you and know exactly where you're calling from. Okay, we appreciate you. Thank you. We're about to get this party started, and I know it's going to be fun. So hang on tight and
Yes.
be here with us. Thank you so much for joining. I have a lot of people. Hello, Helene from Canada. Thank you for being here with us. So we are just going to get this started. So hello. Thank you for joining and welcome to the Civilized Presence. You are in the right place at the right time and waiting to
Yes.
receive the right message, guys. Let me know if you are watching this live. Like I said, comment in the box below and just tell us where you were logging in from. Give us all the hearts, show us some love. We will appreciate this. And if you cannot make it here on a live session, you can have access to this broadcast on a replay. The only thing that we require of you is that you comment in the box below, hashtag replay, and let us know where you're coming in from. Hello, Evangelist Choma from Montreal, Canada. Thank you. I can see some other people, but I do not know where you're calling from. We appreciate you. We love you. Please let us know where you're calling from. Thank you so much. Like I said, this is a civilized presence, and you are in the right place. And guys, welcome to the 19th session. 19. Session number 19. That's such a great deal for us because we started barely 2 months ago and we are at 19. Wow, we are here every Mondays and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can follow us on our Facebook page, which is the So Unique Experts. And we are also on Instagram on So Unique Experts. And if you want to learn more about what we do, you can visit our website. It's www.thecivilityacademy.com. Okay. So, like we had announced some time ago, when we started, our first time was really at 7:30 a.m. and that didn't work out for a lot of people. So we had to move it to 9:30 a.m., guys, because this program is for you. So I have to make sure that you are happy, okay? And you're able to come on and just have fun with us. So I really do appreciate all of you for being here in this Facebook series. It's been quite a interesting journey. In the month of May, it was the Global Civility Awareness Month, and it was everything that had to do with just trying to distribute kindness everywhere that you go. And, something as simple as saying please and thank you. That's what we're doing. And then for the month of June, we were focused on the community. And so we have brought in experts from different walks of life, from experts that are family experts, the health field, the schools, kindness community. And we brought the Civility Center last Monday to be here and just kind of talk to us about all the work and the projects that we're doing within the community. So, guys, I hope that you're going to join us. So, this is our last session for the month of June. Okay, and we're moving on to July. We have some fun coming up. So, guys, I appreciate all the likes and the love. Give us more love, because when you do, Facebook does something great with the videos. They're able to share it with more and more people. So, if you have never met me before, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a certified master civility trainer and a leadership expert. And if you would like to know what I do, I work confidently with leaders and professionals that pay great importance in their reputations and themselves. And I know that's going to be you this morning. That's why you've made out time to be here at 9:30 a.m. just to learn with us. Now I have somebody else in the house that is so special to me. And guys, ever since we started this, really the main focus of this Facebook series has been to help restore civility through meaningful and constructive conversations. And I promised you that I was not going to do this alone. I was going to bring in great experts from different parts of the world, and that's what we've been doing. And so today we have Peggy Strange. I'm going to introduce her in a minute, okay? So she is a leadership expert. So guys, everyone that's had all the questions about leadership and civility, this is the place to be. We'll just do a little recap about last Monday. We had Jacqueline Moore here, and she was our guest, and wow, it was so great. She's one of the directors for the National Civility Center. I was so honored to have her here kind of talk to us about what the Civility Center is about, all the opportunities and the projects that we have over there. And really, if you cannot get in the class or cannot afford to go on a proper certification program, there are tiny little trainings that you can have through the Civility Center and just become an ambassador. Wouldn't that be great? Just to be part of what we're doing? I would like to see you guys on the other side. So I'm so pumped up for today's session, to be honest with you. And I know that you're going to have loads of questions. We're ready for you. We have the expert in the house. If you had seen our flyer, the topic of today was how to develop yourself as a civilized leader. Yes, I said so. Civilized leader. We are all about doing great things. We are on a mission to change the world. So we want to make sure that we have the right leaders working with us. And with me today is Peggy Strange, and I'm going to introduce Peggy to you. So Peggy is my colleague and friend. I love her very much. She's wonderful. And you're going to find out in a couple of minutes how great she is. You're just going to love her. So she is a leadership expert, a trainer, and a coach. And she also has a great background with the school system. So I know she's going to come back and talk to us about the schools very soon. But for today, she's wearing the cap of a leadership expert and trainer and coach, which she is with the John Maxwell team. So welcome, Peggy. Can you say hello to the viewers?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, everyone is so excited. Hello, Eric. It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much, Eric. Peggy, Eric is in the house, so this is great.
Hi, Eric. Thank you for joining us today.
Great. So, guys, when Eric gets in the house, it's time to get started. We can't waste any more time. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a minute to share this on your Facebook page because you are here because you have an interest in this topic. And I bet you there are a lot more people in your network who would love to learn about what we're doing. So just do us a favor and share this on your page. Okay. Like this video, give us all the love. We need that right now. Okay. Just before we go on. So, the big topic for today is leadership. And leadership, we are going to be sharing leadership from the point of view of John Maxwell. And I think that is the right way to look at leadership. You might call me biased, that's okay. But I think that that's just the right way. And I'm going to share with you, and you'll find out in a minute why it is the right and preferred way to go. So, according to John Maxwell, leadership is influence. Okay. Now we're talking about civilized leadership. So I will share with you what is our definition of civility. And this one is coming from civility experts worldwide, which we stand by. And the definition goes civility is a conscious awareness of the impact of one's thoughts, actions, words, and intentions on others, combined with a continuous acknowledgement of one's responsibility to ease the experience of others, example through restraint, kindness, non-judgment, respect, and courtesy, and a consistent effort to adopt and exhibit civil behavior as a non-negotiable point of one's character. So that definition might seem long, but there's something that I want you to take away from this session, that civility is focused on people's treatment, paying attention to the next person. How do you take responsibility of your actions? It is your responsibility to ease the experience of the person next to you. It is not, don't push it to somebody else. You have to do it. And it is as simple as saying please and thank you. Did you remember to say good morning to someone this morning? That's part of it. Or maybe just even sharing a word of compliment. I'm going to start by saying that, Peggy, you look amazing this morning. Thank you so much for being
Oh,
here. You see, that just lightens up someone else's day. So,
yes.
what are you doing every single day that is going to make the world a better place? Ask yourself that question every morning when you get up. What can I do differently? You know, we cannot continue in our same old ways and expect change. So I believe that after today's session, you're going to try out something new. Maybe it's in lending a helping hand to somebody in your neighborhood or in your community. Have you ever said hello to your neighbors? Most of us don't even know who our neighbors are. And that's fine. Okay, there's always a starting point. So, Peggy, how this runs is usually just questions and answers, and I'm going to just kind of share some questions with you, and you would be able
Okay.
to talk to the audience
Great.
based on the questions that we bring on. So, according to John Maxwell, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And John has also stated that if you are a leader and there is no one following you, you're just taking a walk. I thought that
That's
was
right.
great. So, Peggy, what is true influence and how can one increase their influence in order to enhance their leadership? Can you just tell us about that this morning? Over to you, Peggy.
Okay, great. Well, it's wonderful to be here this morning. One of the things that we think of, I have an echo. One of the things that we think of when we think of influence is that you have to be engaged with people. You said it's all about people. So are you with a group of people? Are you a solitary person? Are you a hermit? No, very few people are that way. So we all have relationships, whether they're with our family, group, work relationships, our places of worship, just even the community. You
Mm,
mentioned your neighbors, right?
mhm,
So if you have any kind of relationship, you have influence over those people. They're watching, they're observing you. They're observing whether you're following through with what you preach? Do you do what you say, what you tell others to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really mean what you say? They're watching. Everyone's observing. Are you consistent with your actions and behaviors? They're watching. So that's what influence is. You can be a good influence, or you could be a poor influence.
Mm.
So especially working with schools, I think about that kind of influence, because you can't choose whether you're going to influence someone or not. You are, whether for their betterment or as a poor influence. It's all about being with people. So one of the things that if you want to become more influential, you want to engage in more relationships.
Right.
And if you have someone particular in mind, do you have a group of people in mind? Do you want to influence your family? Do you have a relationship with that you're a mentor that you want to influence them? So you just want to become stronger in your relationships with those people. You want to get to know them. You want to
Mm.
know, like John Maxwell talks about, do you know what makes them laugh? Do you know what
Mm.
makes them cry?
Mm.
Do you know what they love? What do you know about them? Because we can't influence them if we don't know who they are from their hearts.
Mm.
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, I do. And, it is very important for a leader to pay attention to the people that follow him. It's a leader should really try to take off the focus from himself onto other people. It's very important that he does that, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to achieve influence. If you're not touching the lives of other people, there is a disconnect. And at that point, you cannot influence someone's lives. You cannot. Influence is not something that you buy. You gain influence, and so sometimes people feel that by putting so much pressure on the next person because of their position and all of that, they can force out influence from people. But you cannot. It comes from the heart. Is really when I think about a civilized leader, I'm thinking of a leader that leads from their heart. You're connected to the people, connected to their heart, what bothers them, like you
Yes.
said this morning. So another question we're going to talk about is, I know that leadership relies so much on good character. Okay. And of course, good character connects with a lot of things. It connects with trust. It helps you to even foster inner peace. There's so much that good character can bring on to you. So my second question would be, in order for us to succeed as a civilized leader, it is important to possess a good character, I believe. So, what are the dimensions of character, and how can one develop good character if you do not have it already?
Those are great questions. And we all have different personality traits, right? So that's going to affect what we appear to other people. But we want to be authentic,
Mm,
right? Whoever you are as a person, you want that to be authentic.
mm,
And when you spoke about concern for other people,
mm,
we need to know what's troubling them, what are the problems that they're having,
mm.
what is bothering them. So when you show that concern needs to be authentic as
Right,
well,
right.
sincere. Um, then as you engage in your relationship with them, as you develop a relationship to help them out, you're creating a connection
Mm,
that way. So you
mm,
talked about a disconnect, but
mm.
when they see how much you care about them, how sincere and authentic you are making a connection. When you share your skills with them, you're making that connection. So if you have that authenticity, that true love and concern for them, if you're a caring person, no matter what your personality is, but
Mm-hmm,
you are caring about them.
mm-hmm.
And if I think humility or empathy kind of go together as well.
Right,
Empathy is kind of the same way of caring about them sincerely and
right.
trying to understand what they're going through. If they're going through something you've been through, it doesn't mean that the situation is exactly the same.
Exactly.
What they're experiencing could be a little bit different. You can't say, well, I've done that. I've solved this. I'll tell you how to do this. But just to engage with them with that empathy and empower them to to solve it. And you're just right alongside with them to serve them, to help them find the answers that they need. So it's the character traits that you want to look for are that empathy, the sincerity, the authenticity, empowering, and just going right alongside them to help them out.
That's correct. I love that you said that empathy. I would add on maybe courage as well.
Absolutely. Sure.
And really embracing good
Mm-hmm.
values and really
Yes.
valuing the people around you, because a lot of times,
Absolutely.
some of our leaders can be a bit selfish. It's all about them. And I hope that
Mm-hmm.
we learn a better way to get things done. So, our viewers back at home, hello, Louisa from Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have some other people. Like I said, if you're not joining directly from my page, I cannot see who you are yet. But I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So, can you please just comment in the box below and just tell me who you are and where you're calling from? Because we would love to acknowledge and recognize you that you are here. Okay, so moving along, as a civilized leader, we must have a heart of a servant. Okay, since it's
Right.
about people, really about
Mm-hmm.
taking the focus of ourselves and measure our success and effectiveness on how much value that we're adding on to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So, Peggy, can you kind of expatiate on this for our audience and how one can develop the heart of servantship? Because that is extremely difficult for a lot of people, being able to serve other people. Can you talk about it some more? Over to
I
you.
think the most, sure. I think one of the most important things, or maybe the first step, is to become self aware, to create an awareness of our hearts. Do we have the correct motives? Why are we doing what we are doing? Are we
Right.
doing it to serve others? Are we doing it to serve ourselves? Sometimes we think we're doing something to serve others, but when we take a look at the awareness of what do we want in return for this action or this behavior, what are we hoping for? Are we looking for someone to give us a pat on the back, some kind of recognition, or are we really doing it to help another person? So definitely an awareness, a self-awareness, as well as an awareness. You spoke of appreciating other people. So we do it because we see the value in the other people. We see, if we're doing it for one person, we see the value in the other person. We see their significance. We know that they have a purpose. And then we definitely need to check our hearts and see, why are we doing what we're doing? But John Maxwell also, if you go to, I think it's maxwellleadership.com, there's
Mm.
a self-assessment there. That's a great place to start, just to check out your leadership skills and check out your motives. He also gives in his book, see if I can show this to you. It's upside down. It never works, right? It never works
No,
on the
no, that's
telephone,
fine. That's
but
fine.
it's Developing the Leader Within You 2.0. His new book about developing your leadership skills is a great place to go to for developing your own leadership skills and servant leadership, which it's been around forever, right? Servant leadership has existed for ages,
Mhm.
and it kind of was coined by Robert Greenleaf. And there's been so many other research and studies on servant leadership. But John Maxwell gives, in this book, he provides about 3 tips maybe, because as you mentioned, it just doesn't happen, right? You just don't, doesn't happen on your own. So you just need to check your heart, ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing, and get out there. Like I mentioned at the beginning, get out there and get to know people. If you're not serving anyone, who would you like to serve? Where
Mm.
would you like do you have a skill that you're not using? Is there somebody that you know could use some assistance?
Mm.
So, just kind of look out and take a look around your life and your community and your whether it's your work, like you
Mm.
mentioned, just saying thank you, right? Or good
Yep.
morning. If that's a great place to start. If you're a person that normally just goes to work and goes straight to your desk and you don't say hi or coffee or anything for anyone, that's that's one place to start. Get up a little bit earlier, buy an extra coffee for the person next to you, and take them some coffee and say good morning, or just take a little extra time to connect with people. Say, how are you? And wait and listen for the answer, and go a little deeper, right? So it can be anything as small as that, or you can actually look for maybe a group in your community that you're interested in. Our community has is growing as far as helping the environment. We're building roads for bicycles. We built a skate park. We're doing things for kids. And if that's something that you're interested in, that would be a great place to get involved and start serving.
Great. I'm just going to go back to our audience and just recognize a few people. Aku, thank you so much for joining. Anita, thank you for joining. Johnson, Doreen, thank you so much for joining. Akuna, thank you so much for joining. I don't know where you're calling from. Please just let us know by commenting in the box below. We really appreciate you and we love you. Okay, it's important that you know that we love you, and please just comment in the box below and let us know where you're calling from. Izehi, thank you so much for joining. I think that's from Calgary, Canada. Thank you so much. So Peggy, it looks like you're really popular in Canada this morning.
Ooh, I love Canada.
Great.
Go north.
Right. So I'm just going to share with us a quote by Eugene Habaker, and it states that the true leader serves. It serves people, serves their best interest, and in so doing will not always be popular, but may not impress. But because true leaders are motivated by loving concern rather than a desire for personal glory, they are willing to pay the price. So really, what he's saying here is, you do not have to rely on your position or your title. And like Peggy had said, you have to believe in people and their potential. See that they have value. There's something that they bring to the table. Yes. So, Peggy, I have one more question for you. I know that we're running out of time. Yes. One of the rules and traits of being civilized is the ability to have self-control. And according to John Maxwell, the price tag of leadership is self-discipline, which of course is the exact same thing. So can you explain to the audience why this trait is so important as a civilized leader? And give us at least 3 steps on how we can develop self-discipline if we do not have one.
Okay. Well, I think I remembered maybe John talking a little bit about self-discipline and saying that we have it, but maybe not always in the right thing. For example, there's a special food that I like to eat, and I'm very self-disciplined about eating it, as you can tell, because we like to do it. It's difficult to create that self-discipline in the things that are not so easy. The price is a little higher.
You're not alone.
So one of the things that I loved about that John Maxwell has said about self-discipline is just do it now. Just decide you're going to do it now. So if there's a specific area, whether it's leadership or serving someone, definitely say do it now. Just start. Don't put it off. Get started today. And then just as I mentioned on servanthood, it doesn't just happen in 3 easy steps, right? It's a lengthy process. And he does have some tips for self-discipline or developing self-discipline, and they apply all across the board to anything that you're developing yourself in. So it can be leadership, servanthood, physical health, emotion health, anything. Self-discipline is controlling yourself, right? Taking charge, making choices. So one thing he says is to avoid temptation, right? Just avoid the temptation. So if you want to be more involved and you want to serve more, avoid the temptation to sleep in bed that extra minute. Just get up, set your alarm early, and forget about the snooze. Just avoid any temptation. So if you're with negative people, right now you might be thinking about building connections with more positive people.
Mhm.
So you'll have to start avoiding them a little bit more if they kind of tend to your attitude. Does that make sense? So that would be the first
Absolutely.
one. Avoid temptation. And
Absolutely.
it's difficult, and you have to grow strong in that. The second one is to monitor your time and energy. So this is really important to me. It's been a very difficult one because we have such a schedule, right? Your hourly schedule that you
Mhm.
have in your planner. So
Mhm.
if you know when you're going to need your energy, you're going to start something new for your self-discipline, whether it's exercise or
Mhm.
whether it's speaking, right? You're going to discipline yourself to be a speaker. You're going to mentor someone to influence them. You have an appointment, certain time. You want to save your energy
Mhm.
for that time. Does that make sense? So you're going to
Yep.
save your energy so that you're not exhausted and you give it your best. You give it 100%. And then
Mhm.
the third tip is what John Maxwell says, pay now, play later, right? Which is similar to the first one, to get up in the morning, but you to say, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I really, really want. Yes, I want for just an example of food, right? Yes, I want this breakfast, but I really, really want to be thinner, and this breakfast is not going to get me to that thinner point. So just kind of like pay the price now and play later. Enjoy the benefits later. That's going to come much later, but so pay now. Put the price up. No credit here. Just give it cash. Pay the price and go with that because it is discipline is a process, but it starts now, and you just work at it every day.
Thank you so much, Peggy. It's been so much fun. And viewers, what I would say is, what habits do you have right now
Right.
that you know, because we always know that if we change them or if we give them up, that we would be able to have a better future or a better life. We know what those habits are, but we hold on to them. So, moving along to the next month and just now that we're about to celebrate our veterans and our leaders, I would say that do an inventory in your life. And we have to, like Peggy had just mentioned, self leadership is very important. Look back into yourself because what you do not have, you're not going to be able to pass it on to the next person. Okay. So do it to you first. Let the
Mm-hmm.
detox begin with you. Okay.
Right.
So have a look at your life and what are those things that you think you have to drop and dump that is not serving you, that is not serving your highest and best? Why are you carrying it along? Why are you taking the huge baggage into the month of July? We want to enjoy the month of July and be able to experience success in different areas of our lives. So have a look at those things and drop them. We just talked about self discipline, and I believe that as we get into the month of July, we're going to be able to think and behave differently. So, guys, unless we have a question in the box, thank you so much, all of you, for being here with us. I really do appreciate you. I have some other people. Sarah, thank you so much for joining. Sylvia, I know that's from Germany. Thank you so much. Mosun Mola from Nigeria. Thank you so much. Sandra, again, thank you so much. I'm not sure where you're calling from, but I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Peggy. It was so great to have you. And, guys, together we can build a community with like minded individuals. And it begins with all of us. We have to do it. It's not going to be me alone. I need all of us to be able to work together. And thank you for
Mhm.
always making out time to be here and enjoy the 30 minutes with us every Mondays and Fridays. So I know that we are at the top of the hour. We will be back here again on Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with a different topic, a different expert. You don't want to miss it. So if you still want to learn more about what we do, you can visit our website. It's www.thecivilityacademy.com. civilized.com. I've had some messages in my inbox about trainings and programs. And yes, we do have trainings coming up. We have one in Virginia, and that's for August the 25th. We have another one in Houston, Texas. We have one coming up in London, UK, in Nigeria, and in Ghana. If any of these cities will interest you, please send me an inbox message, okay? And I will be happy to respond to you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend. I'm so excited. It's a Friday. Hooray! I'm so excited. It's time to go and have fun. But do not forget self-discipline, servant leadership, having the right character, and try to work towards bringing some kind of influence around your circle of friends. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.